Hello everyone, my name is eXish, and today we're going to get on the subject of lunchtime. So Lunchtime is a module by NASCO 222. It is a special module in the sense that it has a timer on it, which is separate from the bomb's timer itself, and if this timer counts all the way to 0, then the module will start striking you until the bomb explodes. There's a feature similar to this in the module known as tax returns, where if you don't submit an answer within 15 minutes, it will strike you once, but that's not as bad as this. This one will actually blow you up. So I've got to get through this kind of quickly here, otherwise this tutorial is going to be a huge mess. So I'll give you a brief summary of what this is about. You have been sent by your boss to go fetch them lunch, and you've been given a certain budget or a certain amount of money to start with to get the lunch, but you want to satisfy your boss a little bit more, so you need to get some spare change in there and then figure out what the best value meal is to give your boss and when to deliver it to them. So starting off with the initial amount here, this is the amount that your boss gave you to start with, so $3.18. Now, to figure out the spare change that you may have to help improve upon this budget, you have to look through all these rules here. So, if there are more than 4 batteries, no, there's no batteries. There's a lit FRK, no. There are more than 2 different port types. Yes, there's like 4 different port types there, especially due to this here. So because of that, we need to add 18 cents. So if we add that to the initial, get $3.36 as our final budget to grab the lunch for our boss. So now we need to look at actual preferences because our boss does have tastes, you know. So there's 2 different preferences. There's 3 different lists that we can choose from for foods for our boss, and it might, and this one will always be true. So this one will always be one that we can pick from. However, we need to figure out whether we can pick from this one or both. So to determine that, we use the number of batteries. Now, we've determined that there are no batteries on this bomb, therefore it is 0 and 0 for AA and D batteries. So that means that our boss likes both entree plates and sandwiches, which in basic terms means here that we can use any of these items in any of these lists. If it was, say, we had more D batteries than AA, then that would mean we could only use entree and other, but not sandwich. And then it'd be vice versa if there's more AA than D. So we don't have a restriction there. We can use absolutely anything we want from any of these lists. However, now we have to look at some more specifics, which are determined by other things. If there is at least one of a lit SND or CLR, that is not the case. If there's an unlit MSA or Bob, no. Your, then your boss does not like vegetables. Okay, so that means our boss does like vegetables. This is important to note for a later rule. So, total number of indicators and ports adds up to 5 or more. Yes, that's about like 7. Then your boss has a dairy allergy. Okay, so we can't. So each of the meals here and lunches in the lists will have either a D, a V, or nothing next to them. If they have a D, that means they have dairy. If they have a V, that means they have or have veggies or are veggies. Um, and if they have none, then they don't have dairy or veggies. So knowing the fact that our boss does like veggies but does not like dairy, and that we have a budget of 336, let's see what's the best value meal that we can get for our boss here. So I'm going to start off with looking through the budget. We have $3, so looking at this, $3, this is too much. That's also too much. Still too much, so nothing in sandwiches seems to work right now. This works, 321. Let's see if there's anything better that fits. This does not. 343. No. Okay. So pizza works. However, even though we like veggies, we do not like dairy, and it has both. So we can't do pizza, which means we have to go with the next one down from that. Less than 321 now, eh? Huh. Okay. Do we have any threes that are less than 321? It doesn't look like it, so it looks like we're going to have to go with a 2 instead then. If I'm seeing right here, we've got 296. Yes, I believe that's it. Oh, but nope, it's still dairy. So therefore we have to go down even more than that. TV dinner. All right. So that means our correct meal to submit will be TV dinner. But now we need to figure out when exactly to submit this. So there is a unicorn rule here. If there is a serial port and stereo RCA and no other ports and there's a lit bob, then ignore all the rules and just press submit or the deliver button 3 times and then the module will solve. So that's just a little unicorn rule there just to keep in mind. If you do not have any money for any remaining lunch options, so that's if you have such a low budget that you can't even afford anything, then you do this. Otherwise, if your boss likes veggies, yes, and your budget was not edited, no, that is false. If your boss does not like veggies, that is also false. So now here we go. Otherwise, if none of the previous apply, submit when the 1 second digit of the timer is the same as the amount of the last digit of the money remaining after you buy it. So essentially what this means is we take our full budget and we subtract the value for TV dinner. And we get 42 cents left. Last digit of money remaining. That is what this is. The last digit happens to be a 2, which means that we need to press the deliver button when this last digit in the timer is a 2. But we need to look for TV dinner first. Ah, it happens to be right here. That is TV dinner. So now we wait for a 2 to appear. And there you go. That is how you do lunchtime in a reasonable amount of time. I'm going to do another one here, but a little bit quicker, like I normally do. And hopefully that'll sort out any odds and ends that you have left with this. It's a pretty simple module here. I mean, you know, you're basically just calculating a budget, figuring out some small restrictions that may occur, and then figuring out the best possible thing that you can choose with that budget that you have, and then a time calculation. I don't find it that difficult. Some other people might find that it's a little bit tedious looking for the best option one. You get used to it as you do it multiple times, though, I think. So definitely think it's not that bad of a module at all. So let's look at another one of these. What do we got now? Oh, all right. I've also noticed that the timer can range from about 8 to 12 minutes, it seems. So it depends, but sometimes you can have some longer ones, sometimes you can have ones that are decently short in terms of the timer. So 6 minute, not 6 minutes, $6.07. Start back up here. Let's look at this. More than 4 batteries, no. Lit FRK, no. There are more than 2 different port types, no. There's only 2. We don't have those indicators. Serial contains a vowel, no. So we do not have a change. There's no spare change we can add to this, so this is our budget. It looks like we have more AA than D, which means we can only have sandwiches and other. There's a lit S&D or CLR, no. Unlit MSA or Bob, no. Total number of indicators plus ports, 3 is greater than 5, no. Budget is over 6, and there's less than 2 batteries. Well, there's exactly 2, which means that isn't true either. So there's no restrictions. Likes everything. So no dairy or veggie restrictions. And this isn't a problem here, this one. This one's interesting because it says your boss doesn't like any foods with two vowels in a row. It means two back-to-back vowels. So if I go down here to like roast beef, you see OA, those are two vowels that are back-to-back. Beef, EE, those are also back-to-back. So that would definitely make roast beef out of the picture if that was true. One that would work though, for example, is tacos, because you got A here and O here. They aren't back-to-back. So that was in case you didn't know what it meant by in a row. But anyways, so we continue down here now. $6.07, but we can't use entrees. What $6 stuff do we have? Oh wow, not really, not really anything it seems. We've got 533 up here, but that isn't enough. But we got this here, fried chicken it looks like. And we definitely have enough money. If your boss likes veggies, yes. Was not edited by Pocket Change, yes. Submit when the tens and ones seconds places of the timer add up to a prime number. Okay, so when the last two digits add up to a prime number. Not when they are, but when they add up. That was something I had found during practice with this module that I didn't get. And then I realized later what in the world I was doing wrong. So, let's find where fried chicken is. I know what it looks like. There it is. So, when it's prime, let's go with 20 because that'll be, yeah, because 2 plus 0 would be 2, and 2 is a prime number. So, anyways, that is lunchtime. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Hope it was helpful enough. If you have any questions, please let me know or contact me on Discord. I'm eXish, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.